Hello fellow AstroFluxers, it's Sen here. Today I'd like to talk about some game plans. Game plans in the sense of elite techs and what to do when you buy a new ship and when to reset, all those things. These are mainly just suggestions. You don't have to do any of this stuff, but it's something to think about when you are upgrading your elite techs or when you've gotten a new ship or what have you. So let's start off first with elite techs. Many of you will be hitting level 100 soon, probably already have hit level 100. Level 100 is just an arbitrary number that I've decided on. It's an easy number to figure out. Level 100 means that you've probably just gotten into Fulzer or maybe have been there for 10 levels, who knows. But you're just now really starting to farm in this game and you're getting a whole bunch of resources and now you're applying them to elite techs. And a lot of players seem to think that they need to apply all of their resources into one elite tech. And you can go that route, but I have a suggestion for you. And instead of applying all your resources into one elite tech, you spread them out into go up to level 70 in an elite tech. And the reason why I say this is because let's just go ahead and scroll this over all the way to 100. It's going to cost 3.192 million. That's 3 million steel, 96,000 hydrogen crystals, 192,000 plasma fluids, and plasma fluids are hard to come by in this game nowadays, and uridium. I guess plasma fluids aren't really that hard to come by. They're always been able to easy to farm. It's just all the rest of the three items that now are dropped through gold crates and plasma fluids isn't. So I think maybe that's why people think you can't get plasma fluids. Plasma fluids are still in the game, you just have to manually pick them up. So if we drop this bar back to 70, I have it on increased direct damage. It's still doing 52% increased damage, and this is on a pet. And I'm only going to be spending 1,363,000 instead of the full 3 million. And everything seems to be a little bit more affordable, I should say. And let's go ahead and jump out of the game here, and I'll show you what I mean by affordable. As I said before, on the Elite Techs, this is how much it costs to go to Elite Tech 100. This is how much it costs to go to 90. This is how much it goes to 80. My suggestion is if you are in the midst of upgrading your weapons, I suggest you go to 70. 70 is at the sweet spot. The reason why I say 70 is because you can actually have 2 weapons upgraded to Elite Tech 70 for the price of 1 at 100. And this sheet that I have here kind of breaks down the numbers for us. You can see it's exactly what I had in the game at 70 and at 100. And all I did was I did the differences between at 100 to 70. So in order to increase from Elite Tech 70 all the way up to 100, it's going to cost you another 1.8 million in steel. It's going to cost you another 87,000 hydro, another 94,000 plasma, and another 124,000 iridium. And that's a lot. That is absolutely a ton of resources. So what I'm suggesting is go ahead and just upgrade your stuff to level 70, and you can save yourself some resources in the long run. So if you had 5 weapons at level 70, now you've got all of the stuff kind of built up and invested, and then you can go back in and start adding more elite techs. Then you can get them all up to 80, then you can all get them up to 90, and then you can finally top them off at 100. When you get 9 items on your ship, that's going to be around 29 million, something like that. I can't remember the actual amount. But once you hit elite 9 items, that includes the 4 ship upgrades and 5 weapons, that'll be around 29 million in steel. I don't know the exact figures in the other, but that's what it takes to upgrade one ship fully to Elite Tech 100. And most players, when they hit level 100, are barely even touching 3 million to 4 million. Today's game's a little bit different. There's a lot more places to farm. Gold crates drop everywhere. I don't know if anybody's really farming a whole bunch in an hour, but over your total game time, you're getting a lot more resources. So I figure in the new game that's out now, players are averaging maybe around, like I said, 3 to 4, maybe 5 million by the time they hit level 100, or maybe just a little bit past 100, maybe at 110 or something. And these are just suggestions. Like I said, I really suggest that you go to level Elite Tech 70 and you stop. And that way you can use, like I was saying, now you can upgrade another weapon to Elite Tech 70 and stop. So you have 2 weapons for the price of 1. Next thing I'd like to talk about is when you have purchased a new ship, and a lot of players, what they like to do is once they purchase that ship, they reset it and they run around and pick up a whole bunch of weapons for it, and they're not really thinking about what they're doing, and it's not very organized. And only a handful of players I know in the game actually do what I'm going to suggest, and this will help you out in all your ships in the future, hopefully, if you do this. If I were to look at and what I mean by they just run around and look at these weapons on my medic. I have 65 weapons, and there's really just no organization to it. I just kind of went around at the game and picked up weapons, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. I didn't even think about what I was doing when I got my medic. I was just so happy that I got my medic that I didn't really think about organizing my weapons on my ship. And that's what this is about. You can actually organize your weapons on your ship if you think about what you're doing. I recently bought the Vindicator. When it was on sale, I guess that was maybe a month ago. I don't remember when I got it. But what I've done is I've gone through and I've carefully selected what weapons I want for this ship. I haven't even started to upgrade the ship at all. I'm slowly just putting the weapons on it as I get advanced chips, as I think about what weapons I want to put on it. I do a lot of investigation. I mean, I did all this before I got the ship, but now I've got the ship, so now I'm taking my time with it, and I'm really trying to make sure that I get the weapons that I want on it. And as you can see from the top row, I have laid out the weapons I want. The first 4 are the weapons that come on the Vindicator. Then I put on the Skeletor Lightning. I placed on it, what is this called? Oh, the Sport Gun. I have to remember these icons. This is from the Noxium ship. I think this is called some sort of Noxium spray. And then recently I just did the mission for the light wave generator. So my next weapon, what do I want to put on this next? I probably want to put Zealots on here because I'm probably going to maybe farm Xerxes someday, and I want to have Zealots on here. Now I'll go and farm for the Zealots in this ship until I get them, and I will not pick up any other weapons. I don't care what I see drop. I just want the zealots. So I will go farm that until I get that. And then after I've got all the weapons I want, then it doesn't matter what I actually pick up afterwards. So that's something that you guys might want to think about when you're getting a new ship. I have ships that are just absolutely mangled, but I did it with my Naxar blade, and if I open up, my top row shows exactly all the weapons I use for this ship, and it's all on the top row. I don't use any weapons below the top row. No, I don't. So whenever I come into my weapon selection, I just look at the top row, what do I want, and that's what I pick. I sometimes switch out my pet for my my scatter gun. It depends on what I'm doing. So this is how you would organize your weapons. Okay, so we talked about elite techs, we talked about placing weapons on your ship, and now the last thing I'd like to talk about is when to reset your ship. Some players in this game seem to think that once they've maybe gone down the wrong track with a weapon, they need to reset right away. My suggestion is that you do not reset your ship for one weapon. Don't reset it for two weapons. The only time you want to reset your ship is when there's a viable reason for it, and one that's worth it. Worth it for me is when you're going to change at least 3 weapons. I like to do it when I'm going to change 4 weapons, but I would really suggest shying away from resetting your ship for 1 or 2 weapons. You're just wasting your flux at that point. The other time you're going to reset your ship is when you buy a new ship. So, like I just showed you in this video, don't reset your old ship and put everything on your new ship until you have your weapons and your elite techs and what elite techs you want to use. I would write down on a piece of paper, put it in a spreadsheet, all the elite techs that you want to use and put on your ship before you even reset. That way you know exactly what you want before you do it. So you're not doing it on the fly and then asking people questions as you're doing it. It's a lot better to write it down, go over it, and then reset. And that's all I have for this video.